540 doors. That is the number of doors on a single hall in Asgard. And through each one of those doors, 800 warriors could march side by side. Do the math. That is not a hall. That is a city wearing the shape of a building. And it is not even the largest structure in Asgard. It is not even Odin's. This is what the old sources actually say about the realm of the gods. Not a floating island in the clouds. Not a palace made of light. Something stranger and more specific and more magnificent than anything invented since. The name, Asgard. In the old tongue, it means the enclosure of the Aesir. Enclosure, not palace, not kingdom, not heaven. Enclosure. The same root that gives us Midgard, the enclosure of the middle. The same thinking. A wall between the ordered world and what lies outside it. Inside the wall, law, structure, the gods. Outside, everything else. What the gods built first. When Odin and the other gods arrived at the place that would become Asgard, the first thing they built was not a palace. They built a forge. They made a hammer, tongs, an anvil. And from these tools, every other tool followed. The Prose Edda is specific about this. Before the great halls, before the walls, before the thrones of gold, there was a forge and the sound of work. The first hall they raised was called Gladsheim. The Prose Edda describes it simply. Within and without, it was all like one piece of gold. Inside it stood 12 seats for the gods and one high seat above all others for All-Father. It was, the source says, the best and largest house ever built on earth. Next to it, they built Vingolf, a hall for the goddesses. And at the center of everything, a plain called Idavol, where the gods would gather to meet and judge. This was the beginning of Asgard. The halls. The poem Grimnismal, one of the oldest mythological poems in the Poetic Edda, contains the most detailed account of what Asgard looked like. Odin speaks it directly, disguised as a starving prisoner, describing the homes of the gods to a young man who does not yet know who is speaking. What he describes is a city of halls. Odin's own hall is called Valaskjalf. Its roof is pure silver, and inside it stands Hlidskjalf, a throne unlike any other. When Odin sits in it, he can see across all the worlds, every realm, every living thing, every secret movement in every corner of creation. He also has Valhalla. Valhalla needs its own account. For now, only this. Its roof is not tiled or thatched with wood. The roof of Valhalla is shields, golden shields, laid face out, catching the light like an army frozen in place above the heads of the warriors inside. Its rafters are spears. A wolf hangs over the western door. An eagle soars above it. Grimnismal gives you these details one after another, each one more specific than the last, as if the poet is walking you through it from memory. Thor's hall is called Bilskirnir, 540 rooms. Grimnismal states this outright. Of all the buildings ever raised in any world, Bilskirnir has the most rooms. And yet Valhalla, with its 540 doors, each wide enough for 800 warriors, contains more people than Bilskirnir contains rooms. Baldur's hall is Breidablik, which means broadly gleaming. The Prose Edda says there is no fairer dwelling in all of heaven, and it adds something unusual. Nothing unclean may enter it, no baneful rune, no corrupt thing. Of all the halls in Asgard, Breidablik alone carries this condition. For Seti, the god of justice, holds court in Glitnir. Its walls and all its pillars and posts are of red gold. Its roof is of silver. Heimdall's hall, Himinbjorg, stands at the edge of heaven where Bifrost meets the sky. That is his post. He drinks his mead there and watches. Frigg's hall is called Fensalir, the Fen Halls. It lies in the wet lowlands of Asgard, and Freyja's domain is not a hall at all, but a field, Folkvanger, the field of the people. Each day, half of those who die in battle go to Odin in Valhalla. The other half go to Freyja in Folkvanger. Her hall there is called Sessrumnir, which means room for many seats. Grimnismal names the field. The prose Edda confirms it. Freyja chooses half the slain. This is not a lesser thing than Valhalla. It is the other half of the same thing. The wall that was never finished, Asgard, had a wall. Or it was supposed to. The prose Edda tells the story. A builder arrived at Asgard, a giant, and offered to raise a wall that would protect the gods from the mountain giants and the frost giants. His price was the sun, the moon, and the goddess, Freyja. The gods agreed, with one condition. He had to finish it in a single winter, without the help of any man. He agreed, and he brought his horse. The horse was named Svadilfari, and it turned out that the horse did more work than the builder. It hauled stones that should have been impossible to move. Through winter nights, by moonlight, the wall rose faster than anyone expected. With 3 days left before summer, the wall was almost done. The gods panicked. What happened next belongs to another story, but the wall of Asgard, built under those terms, was never completed. What stands there in the sources is a wall that was not fully finished, raised in desperation and deception, protecting a realm that faced, from the very beginning, the same pressure every ordered thing faces. Everything outside it wanted in. Ragnarök and After. The sources are agreed on this. Asgard will burn. At Ragnarök, the sons of Muspel will ride over Bifrost, and it will break. The wolf Fenrir will break free. The Midgard serpent will rise from the sea. Surtur will come from the south with fire. The gods will ride out from Asgard to meet them, and most of them will not come back. Valhalla will fall. Bilskirnir will fall. Breidablik, Glitnir, Fensalir, all of it. But Völuspá, the prophecy of the seeress, does not end there. After the fire and the flood, the earth rises again from the sea, and the gods who survived, fewer now, gather on the plain of Idavol, the same plain where Asgard began. And they find something there, lying in the grass. The golden game pieces the old gods used to play with, just lying there, where they were left before everything ended. The sources say the surviving gods will talk about what they remember, about Jormungand, about Odin, about the things that happened. And then Völuspá describes a hall that will come into being in that new world. It stands at a place called Gimle. Its roof is of gold. It is fairer than the sun, and the righteous will live there and enjoy happiness forever. Asgard ends. Something like Asgard begins again.